Financial markets. There are different functions that the financial markets perform, which includes determination of the prices where financial markets help in price discovery of various financial instruments, mobilization of funds, providing an opportunity to different investors to buy or sell their respective financial instrument at the fair value that is prevailing in the market, providing the various types of information to traders and the sharing of the risk. Functions of financial markets: price determination, funds mobilization, liquidity, and risk sharing. So, let's go to price determination. Price determination. The financial market performs the function of price discovery of the different financial instruments traded between the buyers and the sellers on the financial market. Second is funds mobilization. Along with determining the prices at which the financial instruments trade in the financial market, the required return of the funds invested by the investor is also determined by the participants in the financial market. Third is liquidity. The liquidity function of the financial market provides an opportunity for the investors to sell their financial instruments at their fair values prevailing in the market at any time during the work hours of the market. Fourth is risk sharing. The financial market performs the function of risk sharing at the person who is undertaking the investments is different from the persons who are investing their fund in those investments. Indirect finance is where borrowers borrow funds from the financial markets through indirect means, such as through a financial intermediary, where there is a direct connection to the financial markets as indicated by the borrower issuing securities directly on the markets. Common methods for direct financing include a financial auction or an initial public offering. The difference between direct finance and indirect finance. Although direct finance and indirect finance channel funds from saver lenders to borrower spenders, they are distinguished in one important aspect. In the direct finance, there is only one financial instrument involved between lenders and borrowers, where borrowers directly owe to lenders. In the direct finance, there are two financial instruments involved between lenders and borrowers. One between lenders and financial intermediaries, and another between financial intermediaries and borrowers. Thus, borrowers do not directly owe to lenders, but indirectly through financial intermediaries. There are three types of financial intermediaries. One is depository institutions, two is constructual savings institutions, and three is investment intermediaries. Although all of the three institutions pull funds from many savers and provide funds to many borrowers, they are different in terms of what kind of IOUs they can issue to savers and what kind of IOUs they can acquire from borrowers. Different types of investors. First is personal investors, second is angel investors, and then venture capitalists, peer-to-peer lenders, incubators and accelerators, banks and financial institutes, and corporate investors. Personal investors. Most business owners usually depend on their close acquaintances, friends, or family to help them by investing in their business, normally during the initial stages. These types of investors are called personal investors, and even though they can assist with funding, there is a limit to how much they can invest in your company. Angel investors. Angel investors are those who put their money in a small startups or new entrepreneurs. This is the most famous type of investors that most people may have heard about before. An angel investors might even be close to the startup owner, like friends or family. Venture capitalist. A venture capitalist is an investor who offers capital to the startups that are believed to have long-term growth potential. Venture capitalists are normally invested banks, wealth investors, and any other financial institutions. Even though this is a risky way for investors to put in their funds, a successful payoff is worth it. Peer-to-peer lenders are groups or individuals who provide capital to small business owners. But to obtain this capital from this type of investors, the owners would need to apply with companies that are experts in peer-to-peer lending, like Lending Club or Prosper. As soon as the owner's application gets approved by the company, the lenders would then determine if the company is right for their investment or not. Incubators and accelerators are a gateway to various investors. If you get accepted into any incubator and accelerator programs, you might get somewhere in the range of $10,000 to $120,000 in a seed money to develop your thought and gain traction while profiting from extra information and assets. Assuming that everything is working out in a good way, you will pitch to more prominent investors and will be instructed with subsidizing sources during their demo days that can assist with you taking you a higher level. Be prepared to hustle. These programs need you to grow rapidly, heading to the next stage. Bank and financial institutes. These aren't accurate investors like the others on this list. However, they can be a source of capital. Conventional banks are not sources of capital for new companies and independent ventures. In any case, as you gain a foothold, they might offer business credit cards and advance loans. There are government programs that provide grants to a particular kind of project. That doesn't imply that acquiring this sort of capital will be any more straightforward, and loans require payment regularly when you genuinely need liquidity and slack as possible. They will not need to surrender value to your organization, yet they can affect your productivity, which might show up when you attempt to fundraise from different investors in the future. Corporate investors. When big corporations put their resources into a budding business, they have various benefits. This consists of supporting their developing number, diversifying their assets, and distinguishing between talent and innovation, which can assist them with battling off industry changes and fuel significant profits. Some corporate investors have assets to put resources into outside new companies. Many of these investors are launching their accelerators and incubator programs and building environments for developing these opportunities.